Hello. All right. Is there any additions, deletions, or modifications to this agenda?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Rob.
I do have a request for a modification to the agenda to add an action item revisiting Eagle Ordinance 913, the role of the mayor that was passed on December 12th of 2023 by prior council and mayor. And I can explain if you'll allow me to.
All right, well, we'll place that on the next meeting agenda, since it's not on this one, but we'll place that on there, but you're noticing that we're going to do that. But you can go ahead and explain further if you like.
I want to begin by clearly stating that I ran my city council campaign with honesty, integrity, and respect for this office. Those same principles guide how I approach governance today. My intent in raising this issue is not personal, political, or adversarial, but grounded in what I believe is sound, ethical, and effective municipal leadership. During my campaign, I repeatedly heard residents express concern that the mayoral powers have been diminished and that those powers should be restored to Mayor Pike. Initially, I didn't understand what that meant, so I took the time to research the issue myself. In doing so, I became aware of circumstances surrounding the 2023 mayoral election, which resulted in a runoff and ultimately the election of Mayor Pike by a significant number of Eagle voters. Prior to Mayor Pike being sworn into office, the City Council meeting of December 12, 2023 was presided over by then Mayor Pierce. During that meeting, under Item 9, New Business, Action Item F, the Council considered and adopted an amendment to the Eagle City Ordinance 913. That amendment modified City Code Title I, Chapter 6, Sections 1 and 2. In effect, that amendment significantly constrained the incoming mayor's ability to manage day-to-day operations of the city, particularly with respect to department heads and directors. It placed the burden on the City Council to affirmatively agree with the mayoral personnel decisions, otherwise preventing the mayor from making changes necessary to effectively manage city operations. My concern with this approach is rooted in the structure and intent of our form of government. The mayor is elected by the citizens of Eagle, just as council members are elected. However, our roles are not identical. As council members, we are responsible for legislative decisions, policy direction, and budgetary oversight. We do not maintain offices at City Hall, nor are we present daily managing staff, departments, and operational demands. That distinction exists for a reason. The mayor, regardless of who occupies the office now or in the future, is elected to serve as the city's chief executive officer, the political leader and administrative head who is responsible for supervising departments and managing the day-to-day operations. While appropriate checks and balances should exist to guard against misconduct or poor decision-making, those safeguards should be reactive and evidence-based, not preemptive measures driven by political considerations. The mayor should be empowered to supervise city departments such as planning and zoning, parks and rec, information technology, public works, etc. The mayor should also have the authority to hire necessary staff such as public information officer, long-range planner, or an admin assistant when funding is available in such positions that serve the needs of the city. At the same time, positions such as city clerk, treasurer, engineer, city attorney can and should remain under the purview of the City Council, preserving an appropriate balance of oversight. Importantly, if the City Council develops legitimate concerns about mayoral decisions that negatively impact the city, the Council retains the authority to act. Those mechanisms already exist. However, placing restrictions on mayoral authority in advance, absent demonstrated cause, creates poor optics, undermines voter intent, and risks blurring the lines between executive and legislative responsibilities. The mayor should be the mayor, and the council should be the council. Our roles are distinct but complementary. We should be working collaboratively as a team in service to the residents who elected us, not in pursuit of personal power, political leverage, or institutional control. For these reasons, I respectfully request that the city attorney provide direction and draft appropriate language, whether by ordinance or amendment, so we can rescind changes adopted on December 12, 2023 through Ordinance 913. This issue has persisted long enough, and it's time to restore mayoral duties to what they were prior to that amendment, in alignment with voter expectations and principle of good governance. I would also like to clarify something else for the record. I met with Mayor Pike before I was elected to the City Council. I've also met with him since I've been elected about this issue. It's not a secret, nor is it improper. Those meetings were transparent and appropriate, and I wanted him to know personally that I did not support him in the mayoral election. I supported Mayor Pierce. I walked for Mayor Pierce. I had a sign in my yard for Mayor Pierce, and my family voted for Mayor Pierce. So this isn't political. I didn't even support Mayor Pike. This is the right thing to do, and I'm stating this openly to remove any suggestion that my position on this issue is rooted in some sort of allegiance or personal loyalty. I'm not blindly loyal to any politician. My loyalty is the city of Eagle, its residents, and to ethical governance. The ordinance adopted on December 12, 2023 was a last-minute action that I do not agree with on principle, regardless of who occupies the mayor's office. For that reason, I believe it should be rescinded. Thanks.
All right. Thank you for those comments, and we will, like I said, we'll put this agendized if I get the consent of the council.